But all he's ever wanted to be is a rock star on Rage or MTV. But he knows that it's not fucking likely. He just turned 30. He knows that he will always be a rock and roll nerd. Oh yeah, but you see the problem is he always dreamt of being a star, but he learned piano instead of guitar.
I'm black now.
Welcome back. Today we're learning a new class of basic moves that I call flaps. They look like this, or like that, or even like this. They can be used on its own or be added to other basic moves and allow you to create new tricks of your own. But let's start with the basics. First, make sure that the movement of your fans is nice and clean. That is, doing something like this is not an option. It really has to look like so, or like this in the horizontal variation. Here I use the strength of my grip to control the movement of the fan, especially in the bottom point where fan normally tends to fall down quickly. I use the strength of my grip to make sure that the fan gracefully descends down before I pull it up, like this. So make sure to practice this move with both of your hands. Now let's learn my favorite basic move that looks like this. Here both fans are doing vertical flaps, while one goes up, the other one goes down, and so on. The one that goes up is always closer to my body than the one that goes down, and then they change. And now this one is closer to my body. Here the most important is that one has to pass exactly through the other, like so. If they're a little bit off, then the effect that you're supposed to achieve is completely broken. So make sure that they are really passing through each other.
Don't know where you're going.
That was the basic version of this move, but as your homework, you can figure out how to do the same thing with horizontal flaps or even double horizontal flaps, like this.
How does it end? It never ends.
What's really great about these flaps is that they can be easily combined with any other basic move that we learned so far, because they have exactly the same timing. For example, a flap has a timing 1, 2, 1, 2, so it can be combined with a 2-beat weave that has a timing 1, 2, 1, 2. We just need to match them in space, so it would be like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Or consider any other basic move, an isolation. It has a timing 1, 2, 1, 2. So now we can combine it with flaps just by adding 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let us now explore this concept with several exercises. The first easy example is the flap mill that looks like this. It's just like a regular windmill from the first tutorial, where your left hand's still doing just a forward weave, like so, whereas your right hand, for example, is doing the flap that we learned today, and together it would look like this. You can even upgrade this hand to the flap behind the head, like so. So together it will look even more strange. Next example is for those of you who have somewhat intermediate level. It's based on this popular move, which is based on open weaves, but now we will replace one of your hands with flaps, like this. So the move will look more like this. Or with vertical flap, it will look like this. Here, it is fairly simple concept, but execution is somewhat more challenging, because every time you have to do this moment where fan is passing between your arm and the chest here, and even more challengingly here, your second hand that is doing weave has to pass between the fan and the chest like this. Once again. There's really not much to explain to it, just you have to try and remember about timing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. For those of you who are looking for something truly crazy, let's try to enhance already complicated move with the flaps. Let's consider the behind the back opposite direction weave like this from tutorial number 4, and let's add some flaps to it, but not everywhere this time, but only to a part of the move. On the native side, each fan will do a flap and then the weave. Again, flap and then the weave. The same here, flap and then the weave. So together they will have to do flaps and weaves at different times and then switch between them. So it will make your brain really crazy. This is how it's going to look. Also, flaps are an excellent way to change your grip. For example, if you have an open grip and you want to change to the closed grip, all you need to do is do half of the flap and you have the closed grip. So you can see that although flaps may look a bit silly at first, they are actually pretty powerful and can add a lot both to your technique and to your style. Moreover, it's one of those moves that exists uniquely in fans and not available to other pros. So next time you hear them telling you that, oh, you know, that all these moves are taken from porn anyway, just show them this move on their face.
Is this finally the end? It's never the end.